Today we're going to be setting our fence posts. We've spent some time on the YouTube channels looking at a bunch of different things to find out what's on the market already. And what we found is that in a lot of the cases, when you're searching for putting in a fence post, you're getting results from places that are in a different climate than ours. So we're in Ontario. It's kind of the northern end of Ontario, which is a 4-season climate. We definitely get winter here. Usually our ground is frozen solid for at least 3 to 4 months a year. And our frost line runs between 3 and 4 feet. So if we were to apply any of the traditional ways of putting in a post that are found on the internet, we'd end up having our fence falling over or being lifted right up out of the ground. And so we can't follow that normal way of doing things. So today we're going to set the post for a 4-season climate. This technique, of course, can be used anywhere, but if your ground doesn't freeze, you are better to fill a hole with concrete. What we're going to do is we're going to go 4 feet down. We're going to put concrete in the bottom of our hole. We're going to backfill with dirt, and we're going to show you why and how to do it. So this is where we've ripped out our cedar hedge. Cedars are cool because they have shallow roots. So once you get past the shallow root system, the dirt should be good for digging. But because there's a cedar hedge here and there's landscape stone, we're gonna just double check real quick in here. Yeah, you can feel it. There's definitely some landscape cloth. And before we put our auger in the ground, we're gonna wanna remove that with the remainder of our cedar roots. Here you go. And that'll prep our hole for digging. So Nate, you can see here that the dirt is a mix of dirt and limestone screen, really small gravel. And that's because they had prepped this area for the stone first and then added topsoil. So hopefully when we dig, we've got at least about a foot or so without rocks. So we can get a good start. So when we set this down, we gotta set it on the ground, sideways with the gas at the top so it doesn't all spill out, okay?
Okay.
Grab the great big auger for us. We don't need the extension yet. We'll put that in after.
Okay.
All right, so you gotta take the pin off. See the safety latch? Just grab the hammer and give it a little tap if you need to. Oh, very good. Slide that sucker on, line up the holes, and then stick the pin back in. There you go, put the safety pin in. Okay, good to go.
Easy.
Wow, well done. All right, now we're gonna use a 2-man auger. You could do this by yourself with a 1-man auger. I would recommend if you have clay soil like we have around here, or if you're confident you're gonna have a lot of field stone, go with a 2-man. It's a little bit easier to manage when you hit those big rocks. So in this machine, I'm in charge of the acceleration here. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of engine, and you're gonna give a good yank on that,
All right.
even though that's broken. Okay, go again. Give it a pull. Give it a pull. Okay, we'll bring it over here. Now it should run on its own. As soon as I let off the gas, it turns off, okay? So we can't stop drilling. So when we have 2 commands, down and up, okay. All right? Now, our hole goes about here. Set it in the dirt. And we want to go parallel down. Up. There's some clay, so we're gonna go down, and then up, down, up. Okay, now we got power. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Stop there for a second. So that right there is clay. Get a good feel for it. It's almost like Play-Doh, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right now it's still wet, but when it freezes, all the moisture that it holds expands. And this is why it's so dangerous here. If you fill this concrete right to the top of this hole, when all that extends, there's an incredible amount of force pushing up. Right? So what we want to do is, because we've got this clay, is get down underneath the frost line so that when that all freezes, it's only going to move the dirt up and down out of the ground. It's not going to lift our post out of the ground. Lift it. Now with 3 hands, hold it up in the air and turn the choke off. Go ahead. Up. Come on, baby. Up, up, up. All right, see how it just clogs right up? It's not like on the TV down in Toronto where everything is sand, is it?
Yeah.
Down there, you can dig a hole all day long and you don't have to stop. Up here, this clay, you're just gonna clog this up. It's like digging a hole in a ton of Play-Doh. It's just ridiculous. Go. Okay, hold it in the air, turn it back on. Down, push down. There we go. Up. Okay.
Look at that.
Well, we're getting there. Let's clean up the top of the hole. So this is a lot different than you see on TV. It seems like every time we watch it on the show, there's always like this beautiful, loose, nice, pretty dirt, encouraging people to think that this is going to take 10 seconds.
But it's not.
When it's a lot of work, especially in 40-degree heat. So what we have to do now is, you notice when we got pretty much the end of this extension here, this thing is down by your ankles.
Yeah.
All right, so that's dangerous.
Yeah.
If we hit a rock down there, that'll end up just breaking all of our legs off and we'll be walking around on stumps. So we're gonna lift this into the hole again.
Okay.
Let's go. Okay. And then we're gonna take out the safety pin and we're gonna lift this off of the auger and put in the extension. That's awesome. Yeah. You notice that you could do this wrong, eh?
Yeah.
You could put it this way and you never find the hole.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's why I did it right.
It's a 6-sided pipe here, so. There you go. Safety pin. Is that the right one?
It's a safety pin. I mean, if it works for one, it should work for the. We gotta go.
We gotta just
like that.
Play around like this. Wow. Okay.
Wait, which way? No,
This
no,
way.
the other way.
No, this way.
This way.
You sure?
100%.
Keep going. There we go. That lines it up. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. There you go. Done.
I think I hit it.
All right. Where's 4 feet? Take a guess.
Well, I'm 6 feet, so I'm gonna say right there.
Not bad. 47 inches. You're pretty close.
Oh.
So when we get somewhere around here in the dirt, we're 4 feet. Is it going to hurt us to go a little deeper?
Nope.
All right. So we'll go as deep as we'll let this thing take us.
Okay.
But without that extension, your hole wouldn't be long enough.
Nope.
If you're working in an area where you can't get heavy machinery and you need to be able to dig a little bit deeper just because of terrain and slope and that sort of thing, you cannot use a second extension, all right? Just a word of warning. The same way that we pulled these cedars out with that lever, the amount of torque that goes down to this shaft, this auger bit, the longer this shaft is before the auger, it multiplies the power. So if we put another one of these extensions on here with 2 of us holding on, and then we turn it on full speed and we hit a rock and it stops suddenly, we're both going to get thrown 20 or 30 feet with the amount of torque that that's producing. So this is as far as we're allowed to extend this, you know, and be safe, which means we can only go to 52 inches deep no matter what the requirements are in your permit. So if you're in an area where you got to go more than 52 inches deep, you cannot use the 2-man handheld auger. So good luck to you with the shovel. All right, let's lift it up and put it in. All right. Okay, push it in. Up. Down. Push. Up. Up. All right. So the good news is we haven't run into any rocks. So it's a nice clean hole. The bad news is we ran full speed for about 3 seconds and we filled this thing up with all that Play-Doh. We had to stop filming because we needed to get our cameraman to give us a hand yanking this out. Note to self, when drilling clay, man, no more than 8 to 10 inches at a time. Wow.
Take it slow.
Wow. Okay, lift up. Push the choke in. Go. Up. Down. Up. So just to recap, if you have clay soil, then this process is the same as if you're drilling down through topsoil or sand. The difference is that this is extremely difficult. Just little bits at a time. Keep your area clean. In a 4-season climate with clay though, this is why we want to get our cement in the very bottom and then just pack the clay back in again once we've set our posts, so that we don't have frost heaving. You can see all the moisture that's in this. I mean, this is just a chunk of dirt and it doesn't even break off in my hand. That's just plasticine. Up here in the northern climate, where we get a nice hot summer and a really brutally cold winter, we're used to the idea that when we build something outside, it's a temporary structure and it's only gonna last 20 years if you've done really well. So we just accept the fact that we are putting in fences every 20 years. Maybe if you're watching this video and you're down in Florida or Georgia, you know you put in a fence like this, it's gonna last longer than your house. I don't know. So for more tips and tricks on how to renovate your home, make sure you subscribe to our channel at Ottawa Design and Build here on YouTube.